One of the first victims of Larry Nassar's sexual abuse, now attorney and advocate, Sarah Klein. Sarah, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being with us. This was hard for us to watch. As I mentioned, I can only imagine for you. So I'll ask you, you've sat through Nassar's trial. This has become part of your life. How tough was this for you today in that hearing?
You know what? I've heard these stories so many times from these women, and it never, ever, ever gets easier. We all sat together last night here in Washington and talked about what was about to happen today. And I did my best to instill the utmost confidence in these beautiful, beautiful Olympians. And I said to them, just tell the truth, right? And that's what they did with such grace and such beauty and such vulnerability today. I cannot commend them enough. Coming forward as a survivor of sexual abuse is horrific. Coming forward as a survivor of sexual abuse on the public stage is even worse. And they did it with grace, and they were lovely, and they worked hard on their comments today. And I can't say enough good things about what they did.
Sarah, when you look at the scope of this, we're talking about years and years of abuse. And when you look at the magnitude of the people involved here, the Olympic superstars, hundreds and hundreds of victims, we all watch this and say, how in the world did this happen? How do you answer that?
Well, we learned a little bit more, right, with the Office of Inspector General report that came out this July that was testified to today. It was a massive, massive cover-up. Adults in positions of authority representing organizations that are supposed to protect children and protect athletes failed and failed again and failed again and failed again. And that was testified to today by the director of the FBI himself. And so it's a massive failure, and we can talk more about next steps, but you know, this has been going on for 6 years. I looked at Simone last night and said, why are we still here 6 years later, having the exact same conversation? We shouldn't have to do this.
The other thing that came out of this hearing today, Sarah, is the fact that no one, not one person at any step along this chain, with all of these people reporting these abuses, no one stepped up and said, this has to stop. Who do you blame?
Oh, gosh. I mean, so the question that my sisters and I asked of each other last night, if we can go in there tomorrow and we can find out where are the indictments, the only person held accountable behind bars is Larry Nassar himself. We asked the question today, and Deputy Attorney General didn't even show up. Right. And Merrick Garland, if your deputy can't show up, you should have been there. These women are pouring out their lives and hearts, their brokenness, and the Department of Justice could not even show up to answer a very simple question. Why has not one other person been indicted? These are crimes that were committed. Everybody has copped to a fact that this was an FBI cover-up. It was a cover-up at USA Gymnastics. It was a cover-up with the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee. Zero heads have rolled. Larry Nassar is behind bars. Why are we, the survivors, still having to fight for any adult who did not protect us to be punished for what they did?
What came out of this in the end, Sarah? You could tell that the senators were moved by the testimony today, and I think vowed to try to make a change. What do you want to see happen moving forward after this hearing?
Well, I think the same question we had, they had, and it was unanswered. Where are the indictments? Why is the Office of Attorney General not here? Why is the Department of Justice not here to answer these questions? And why do these women still have to continue to sacrifice themselves in order to protect? Listen, nothing has changed at USA Gymnastics. Nothing has changed at United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee. Children in the sport of gymnastics are not safe. And these women continue to pour themselves out, as do I, in
Mhm.
order to stop this. But I think, we have a big support system within the Senate, and they heard our pleas. And I do believe they will come through for us. They have not failed us yet, and we look forward to seeing some next steps.
I think you've made it clear that closure is not something that's happened yet. And I'm not sure really ever how you do get to that point. But was it cathartic for you and the other gymnasts today to be on this stage? And it sounds like you're going to have dinner tonight with some of these senators, correct?
It was traumatizing. It's never cathartic. We've been in front of the United States Senate multiple times at this point. We've been screaming from the rooftops, and we don't understand why this is a big press story today. We love that. But we've been saying the same thing for years. We've been telling the same truth for years. We were little girls. We're now young women. I'm not such a young woman anymore, but these are all young women. Why does it have to take this to get anybody to listen or anybody to act? We've been shouting from the rooftops since 2015. For us, today was awesome that we had the opportunity for the stories to be shared yet again, but it was yet again.
Right. Sarah, we've cheered for all of you in the arena over the years, and I think for all of us watching today, we cheered again. And I think I speak for an awful lot of people when I say we're just as proud of you for what you did today as what you've done on the Olympic stage. And we appreciate you sharing some time with us tonight and your insights. Sarah Klein, thank you very much.
I appreciate that, and I will deliver that.